Yo, what's up, guys? It was a good day. Got to hang out with the family. It was a day off from church, and yeah, a bunch of time with the girls. And then went to like a little potluck this evening in the neighborhood. That was great. And then did some orders this evening, just a few when I got home. One of them, someone from the Proseller site bought a bunch of cards. It was right close to that like dollar threshold that I do, tracking for. And then another person bought the metal Charizard from Celebrations. Can you guys believe that it's like a $170 purchase? I don't know what I bought that card for. It was a while ago that I picked that one up, but it wasn't $170. So crazy. By the way, thank you guys so much for watching the content. Seriously and genuinely, thank you. Like, I love getting to sit down in the basement here, the Poke basement that I've, made from, put together from, selling Pokemon cards. And packing orders and getting to sit down and record content. This is something that brings a ton of joy into my life, and I love recording it. I get to communicate in front of people often, but yeah, this is just a little different avenue. So yeah, it's cool. So thank you for watching. We're on our way to 2,000 subscribers. So if you like the content, you haven't subscribed yet, would love it if you subscribed or leave a like on the video, leave a comment below. But today, I want to talk to you about something that's been on my mind a ton lately, just because I spend so much time talking about Pokemon business and encouraging you to do a Pokemon business, or even just be in the collectible space of like, buy this, don't buy that. Like, and oftentimes this is all like financially driven or financially motivated, right? It's all about like numbers and profitability and money, and like, newsflash, like, that's what a business is. You go into business to make money. And that's cool. Like, making money is cool. Money is, you can do a lot of cool things with money. It can be like a source of stability in your life, can, provide for your family. You can, go and buy Diet Dew or protein bars, or I don't know. I don't spend money on a ton of stuff. My wife and I and our family, like, we live comfortable, but we don't, like, I don't know. I just am, I have a hard time spending money just in general, on like frivolous. What does that even mean? But the reason why I have a Pokemon card business is, yes, to make like some extra income for my family, so that we can be able to do fun things, but like that's real, right? That's a real thing. The number one reason why I'm doing this is because I love it, because it brings me a tremendous amount of fulfillment. And I guess this kind of gets into what I want to talk about today is I am of the belief that with your career, with your life, the thing to chase after is not necessarily numbers, but fulfillment. I know a lot of people who make a tremendous amount of money and cannot stand what they do for 40 hours a week. And to me, that sounds very sad. Now, I understand. I understand that we have responsibilities, and I understand that like there is a sense of fulfillment that we get for meeting those responsibilities. For instance, I have a family. I love my family. I get a lot of fulfillment from being a dad, from being a husband, father, all of that. And the way that I take care of business there is by working this job that I don't particularly enjoy getting a ton of fulfillment out of, because I need to provide. I understand that, okay? And if it's a means to an end, like, totally, I get it. But chasing numbers, specifically financial numbers, not even necessarily like achieving a goal, because I think that's different. I think achieving a goal of like, I want to build something because I enjoy being able to build something, but chasing numbers for the sake of chasing numbers is empty and will be empty. What was it? The statistic I saw that like, in terms of like income and happiness, right? Like, there are tremendous diminishing returns, right? You hit a certain level, and happiness or comfortability or whatever continues to rise as income goes up, and then it is like it's diminishing returns. And so I guess what I wanted to chat about is like, if you are in the Pokemon business space, like, I hope you enjoy it. Like, it should be something that you enjoy. Because if it's not, like, to be honest, what are you doing? Like if the idea of sitting down in a room and having, cards all over the place. What even are these cards? Japanese cards, who cares? Just cards all over the place. And getting to meet people and ship out cards and build a customer base and build something. Like if that doesn't ignite a fire within you, and that doesn't like put a smile on your face, and that like this probably isn't for you. Because if you're just like, I'm going to start a Pokemon business, I don't really care, or whatever, it doesn't have to be Pokemon. I'm going to start a trading card business. I don't really care about any of this stuff, like cardboard, whatever. I'm just doing this because like it doesn't take up a ton of space. I could care less about it. I just want to make some money. My guess is that you are not going to be here for very long, because that's not going to sustain something like this. Because something like this can get monotonous. It can get really repetitive, and there are definitely evenings. Now, this is going to sound maybe contradictory. There are evenings where I sit down and I've got all these orders to send out, or I sit down, it's mostly sorting. I sit down and I have like a lot of cards that I have to sort, where I'm like, oh, like I would rather be doing something else tonight. But I'm able to grind through those because I know the overall experience of owning this business, the overall experience of connecting with people, the overall experience of providing some of you guys with cards, under market, whatever, link below. That's something that brings me a ton of joy, a ton of fulfillment, right? Getting to help you and coach some of you guys and like help you get your stores off the ground. That's something that like, gets me going, right? That's something that like keeps me doing what I do. The ability to have a space where I get to hang out with people. I spend a ton of time around church people, right? I work at a church. I'm a pastor. Love what I get to do. Telling people about Jesus is like, it's the most, yeah, it's outside of being, husband and dad, it's unbelievable. But like I hang out around church people all the time. And so being in this space gives me a chance to operate with a bunch of people whose like worldviews look different, who look at the world in different ways, whose perspectives I don't share. And that to me is very, very valuable, because I want to be able to not just live in a bubble, right? That's really important to me. So all of that stuff is, the reasonings why I'm doing this. And what's so interesting is I kind of like stumbled into it. I didn't like have all these cards and all these boxes and be like, hey, you know what? Like, I'm going to get rich. I'm going to finish my basement off of money that I sell, money that I make selling Pokemon cards. I'm going to buy people's collections and turn around and flip them and have this inventory and buy a sorting machine. Like, I never was like, yeah, that's the plan. Let's do it. I was just like, I just kind of stumbled into it. But I think what I learned through this process is I really do enjoy it. And when I see numbers go up or sales come in, it's not necessarily about like getting rich or having, all this money, or because again, like money in and of itself is not the end game for me. Whether it's with my career or with this side business or anything, like money is a means. And fulfillment is the thing that I spend my life chasing after. And so I want to do things that are fulfilling, not necessarily things that are lucrative. Parenting is maybe the best example of that. Parenting is neither easy nor lucrative, right? Like if you have children, you know this. Being a dad, having kids is a massive time suck, is a massive money suck, and is hard. It deprives you of sleep, all of those things, right? Also, if you talk to a parent, they will likely tell you that being a parent, being a dad, being a mom is one of the most fulfilling things that they do. Because that's my goal. I want to get to the end and be, whatever age. Probably I don't sleep a ton and I drink a lot of Diet Dew, so maybe maybe in my 60s, 50s, who knows? But like that's a joke. Get to the end and just be able to look back and not necessarily be like, oh man, I made all this money and I got to drive, man, that was such a sick car. Like, oh, when we went on that, dope vacation, or like I had that super special watch, or like whatever, like who cares? I want to be able to look back and be like, man, I did some really, really fulfilling things. And I think that's something that I definitely get to do with my career. I love, getting to worship with people on the weekend and talk about Jesus. And we have baptism coming up in a few days. There's going to be a bunch of people who are going to a lake. It's going to be dope. Can't wait. So that's a huge source of fulfillment, obviously being a dad, but really this Pokemon card business and being able to build something that, I just created in my basement, selling on an online platform and making YouTube content. Like, this is something that I genuinely enjoy and brings me a tremendous amount of fulfillment. So this was kind of like a ramble session again, something that I was just like thinking about, and like, how do I communicate to to the people? And like, I don't know. I think like if you're like, hey, I'm gonna get rich selling Pokemon cards, or I'm gonna get rich, make it. I mean, like, you might, but I would just caution you. Like, I think, if you love doing this, do that. If this brings you fulfillment, do that. If you want to get rich, like, I don't know, like this might do that for you, but there are a ton of other ways to get rich, and I don't know that this is the the best way. So yeah, hopefully this is helpful. Hopefully someone needed to hear this. Maybe I just needed to say this. I don't know. Little ramble sesh, but thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. 2K subs, maybe soon. Yeah, Jesus loves you. He's got an incredible plan for your life. I really believe that. We will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.